have a lot that we need to get to here on the show, but again, there's one thing that came out of Monday Night Raw that I would like to address here on the show. I didn't put this on the rundown because it was something that I decided today that I was going to address, and this will only take 2 seconds out of everybody's time. I'm going to put it on the ticket here. NYC Geography. For just one goddamn second, I'd like to clarify something for some people, okay? We had some visitors last night over at Madison Square Garden, and all the merrier. I love when people come and visit. I don't like when they stay, but I like when they visit. You come in, drop your money, and get right the fuck on out, and then we're straight. I'm still waiting for all the people that said they would leave if Mamdani got voted in. He got voted in, and I'm still not seeing any apartment vacancies. What's going on? Put your money where your mouth is. But some real quick geography, because there was some confusion that I thought was hilarious. So we have two major arenas in New York. We have Madison Square Garden. We have Barclay. Barclay is actually not too far from where I live here in Brooklyn. And then, of course, the world's most famous arena, the Garden, which, by the way, hasn't been all that famous in a very long time. But I'm not going to shit on my own building. I love that building. I've seen many a wrestling show in that building. I almost went last night. I was this close. And then I decided not to. And then I find out Joe Pombo went. And I said, well, you son of a bitch. And he took his kids with him to go see Madison Square Garden. He took his whole family, his wife, his kids. What a selfish prick. What a selfish prick. You're not going to abandon your family to come chill with your boy. I would abandon my family to go chill with you at the Garden. I guess we're on different wavelengths when it comes to friendship. I think that's what that is, right? It's one of those things where he's my best friend, but I'm not his best friend kind of thing right there. It is what it is. It makes it.
He didn't claim you, dude. He didn't
claim
you.
No. It's like when you tell somebody he's my best friend. Well, did anybody tell him that you're the best friend? So really quickly, I want to make some clarifications, okay? New York City is not any more different than any other metropolitan city. I've been to pretty much all of them, okay? And they all run in a very similar fashion. You have your major city, like for instance, like a Boston or a Miami or an Orlando or an LA or a Dallas. And within that city are different areas, right? Different governing spots. South Central LA is a little different from Beverly Hills or Malibu area or whatever the fuck. New York City is divided into 5 boroughs, okay? Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island. Of the 5 boroughs, and very few people know this, not all 5 boroughs are New York City. Technically speaking, only Manhattan is New York City. That's why when you put in the GPS or addresses or whatever, if you put my address and then put New York, it's going to send you somewhere to fucking Midtown Manhattan. Don't do that. You have to put Brooklyn. Now, Barclay is in Brooklyn. Madison Square Garden is in Manhattan, which is New York City. So when you tell people I'm going to New York, to Madison Square Garden, that makes sense. If you tell someone that you're going to Brooklyn to see Madison Square Garden, that's not where you're headed. You're going to get fucking lost and you're going to get taken for a ride. Now, one more important piece and factor that you need to remember if you come to New York, although there are 5 boroughs that make up one metropolitan area, all 5 boroughs hate each other very, very much. The Bronx does not like Brooklyn. Brooklyn does not like Queens. Queens does not like Brooklyn and the Bronx. It goes all the way around. And the one thing we can all agree on is that everybody hates Staten Island. Nobody goes to fucking Staten Island. Nobody with a brain in their head goes over that goddamn bridge. I live, and you've been to my home, you've seen it. I live not all that far from the bridge that takes you into Staten Island. You can see it from my house. It is part of my job to make sure that the goblins stay on their side of hell. I live by the gateway. We all take shifts. We make sure that the animals that are on that island stay there. We prayed for Sandy to take them all. It only took half. We've been dealing with the problem ever since. Okay? So the Staten Islanders stay way over there. The only thing you go to Staten Island for is to get through it to get to Jersey, stop by the mall because they have a really awesome dine-in movie theater, and they have a pretty cool zoo that's affordable. Other than that, there's no reason to be in Staten Island other than the fact that you just have low self-esteem. All the other boroughs,
That's true.
although we all hate each other, we can all agree that Staten Island is a cancer that we'd like to remove at some point. We're talking to some doctors. We're fielding out some payment options. Okay, so those are the boroughs. That's the setup. Now within those boroughs are more districts, right? If you go to Manhattan, there's the Lower East Side, there's Chinatown, there's Harlem, there's Wall Street District, there's all kinds of weird shit. Same thing in Brooklyn. There's Bushwick, there's Bay Ridge, there's all kinds of it just splits and splits and splits and splits and splits. It's a convoluted little system. If you don't understand it, don't worry about it. I've lived here most of my life, and I stumble into places I've never even heard before. It happens all the time. So whenever you see WrestleMania or SummerSlam or whatever go to MetLife and they go, we're heading to the New York, New Jersey area. No, you're heading to New Jersey. That place has nothing to do with New York. You can see New York from the building, but you're not headed to New York. You have to pay a very expensive fee from that building to go either over a bridge or through a tunnel, and then the chaos ensues. So be wary and be careful. I heard there was a lot of there was some people that I knew that were in the building last night that were posting on my Facebook saying there were a lot of confused motherfuckers when they got to Madison Square Garden. They were trying to figure out Long Island Railroad. Outside of the Barclays Center is a Long Island Railroad station, not outside of Madison Square Garden. You have to go into Penn Station, which is right underneath Madison Square Garden, but it's not like across the street like Barclay. Barclay, you have to go across the street down some steps. Madison Square Garden is right underneath. And when you go underneath the Madison Square Garden, it's not just Long Island Railroad. It's Amtrak, it's regular subway. That system also takes you, if you go a few blocks up, to Port Authority, which now includes the buses. Barclay doesn't include all that. So if you're looking for directions, you're trying to figure out where you're going, that's the base stats. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I also want to take this and clip it out, put it on YouTube, because I wanted to make it extremely fucking clear what's happening here. Stop getting confused, and you're just gonna get lost. Don't worry about it. I almost got lost in Los Angeles for a very similar reason. You know, especially when you're being chased or followed around by hobos, it really pushes the urgency on where you're trying to go and what you're trying to be. So I got that all out of my chest right here. Let's
You
turn
feel
that off.
better?
Yeah, I've been sitting
Somebody
on that
fucking
one all
chat
fucking
your
day.
ass this weekend,
Yeah,
huh?